both quite low. Both roamers might have to recall for now.
Yeah, I kind of like this Nolan, right? It has a little bit of a spice, especially in the early game. Doesn't fall off as much compared to Joy, maybe. But right now, Renegade gonna get a little bit of first blood action here for Omega.
Goes ahead and gets punished. Didn't need to get that close up against Suyo that already hit level 4. By the way, to make sure that the laning phase goes a little bit better for him, Joe actually picked up Tenacity, and Omega are continuing the aggression, this pace that they have.
I don't think Renegade or anyone could have really expected that. I mean, for at least an early game Farsa, it is very likely that the burst damage will indeed come in, but for the Suyo to be there too and to finish things off, they just allowed Smart Omega to have a better start, which is what they're actually aiming for, even in the most recent times which we've talked to them.
So at this point, maybe Omega just has more respect on the early game, and they are trying as much as they can kind of zone out Aurora here. And very happy to take that turtle, give it away, take it for another day maybe for the Nolan. Even Kai also just trying to get into that place where he can maybe one-shot someone, get some that goal.
Yeah. Waiting to see if Super Yoshi will immediately start looking for the pickoffs. He will hit level 4 before Renegade. It's going to take a while for him to hit his level 4. In terms of the EXP lane, quite level between the Lucas and the Edith. Both have equal presence on the map and the laning phase. In the gold lane, no clear victor as well. Just really the center of the map. That's where a lot of the action is coming from, with Ukir and Super Yoshi being able to rotate just a little bit faster. Now downwards rotation out of the EXP lane for both the EXP laners, as Aurora trying to see if they can get something at the center of the map.
Yeah, there's only a very slight lead in Demon Kite's hand since he did get to take away one or the orange buff from Andoryu earlier in exchange of the turtle, but then other than that, Smart Omega are still keeping things intact, but Super Yoshi might just be bursted down, though AOG misses and does not connect with Super Yoshi. Will he make it out alive? He will! The Chief Kundos and the Shun Post just saved him, even though he was in too deep.
All right, very Filipino game so far. I mean, we got a very quick
Filipino
first
game.
blood, but right away we saw Renegade readjust his aggression, and when he's gonna go invade. Topside, Demon Kai getting more farm from the jungle of Andoryu. You got the Lizard, will back off, gets the Crab, the EXP Crab. It doesn't look like Omega are gonna be making a play for the purple buff off the Nolan. So yeah, still. I think both teams are just leveling. Then we're going to wait for a big fight around Turtle 2 or Turtle 3.
Yep. I mean, we haven't seen a diversion play just yet coming in from Yue too. So
yeah,
we'll see if this could be the time that they will go for a diversion, since
or do
that
they
might not happen because Smart Omega decided to engage first, taking down Renegade before anything even happens.
Yeah, that's a big problem here, right? Renegade really has to get in position. And he doesn't really have a big out except for the AOG, which he needs for the team fight.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we see him being taken out already 2 times in a row, just about when something's supposed to happen. So Smart Omega just keep capitalizing on these pickoffs.
It's also very hard to cast that AOG, by the way, middle of a kick. I do not envy the Gatot Gacha here.
Oh, but wait! Better Dare Strike, will it be touched by Dominic? And stabs! He just made it out alive!
Sidestepping like mustard on the beat, hold
on, Renegade will be the recipient of the Way of the Dragon once again and will be taken down by Big J.
Woo-wee!
Oh.
Some fancy footwear here. Someone's been hitting the gym.
Yeah, but at the end of it, although Omega will still get the victory there, they now have 3 kills and have broken the tower first. Great macro and rotation again by Ukir and Super Yoshi, really setting the tempo here for the game. And Renegade now has 3 deaths. This Gatot Gacha will struggle against the Farsa and the Cho.
And I mean, it seems like Smart Omega always gets in position first, so they're able to dictate the tempo, the pacing that they like. But hold on, Edward goes in with the Unleash the Beast. Renegade does not connect the AOG and will be left in the middle of 3 members. There is no Way of the Dragon that will be used just yet. It will be used on Demon Kite instead, but the follow-up might just not be there yet. The trade onto Super Yoshi will come, and they will take down Edward and Renegade in exchange of him, though.
Very, very scrappy fight here, but at the end, both teams actually got a little something. Smart Omega trying to push their advantage in this one, But somehow, Aurora's still fighting back.
Yep. Omega able to steal the purple buff away, and Demon Cat was sent up top by the diversion to clear the minion wave and break the tower up top. So 1-to-1 in terms of the tower. And you see the community prediction, it's leaning towards Aurora. But again, this is a very different Omega, who have selected Super Yoshi to play in lieu of the Mamba Chapnu, saying that Super Yoshi just fits the meta a little bit better, and so far is showing in this game. Not that big of a lead for Omega. The Claude still on the way to the second item.
Oh, will they spot Andoryu? That's the AOG landing onto him, but he is left alone. Renegade, will he be traded once more? And that will be the case. Another pickup for Smart Omega right before the turtle.
There's so many of these happening. I've been tracking how many times he's getting called out here. It is not a comfortable number here for Aurora so far.
Yeah, that's the diversion though. Oh, they will not be contesting the objective anymore. They sent Demon Kite up top instead.
Great play right now by Omega. They're really just setting everything. And it feels personal, like them hunting down Renegade. Luis had the conceal. He was in the backline of Aurora, but he still decided to just walk past everyone and still just decided to commit crowd control, making sure that they would get the Gata Gacha off Renegade instead, taking the roamer out. I think that's also one thing that Omega acknowledged. Without the Gata Gacha, that's way too much pressure for the Lucas to be the front line, and that Aurora will just decide to back off if Renegade gets taken down. Yeah. Hence why Omega have been non-stop looking for Renegade.
So far, Super Yoshi and Luis has been very reliable in these engagements, not really dying as much as I thought they would. Especially against very spicy, very damage-oriented, the big damn team, right?
Yeah.
Which is Aurora.
And in the few times Edward actually felt confident enough to go in, I feel like they didn't have enough damage to supplement the aggression just yet. It just resulted into a death and another way for Smart Omega to just keep increasing this advantage that is already currently in their hands. So Aurora has to be extra careful with these decisions or with the timings that they want to go for. If they think that it's really already the time for them to fight, then they all need to have the same understanding. They have to, I tell you, a one-track kind of mindset if ever they want to go for that. But
Spicy.
Hold on.
Spicy with a conceal as well.
Oh, that's a taunt onto Luis, and the Primal Wrath will not be casted anymore, but the Feathered Airstrike will be there to respond, and that's a kick from Super Yoshi. And right there to intercept and use the Blade Surge onto Demon Kite, successfully taking out the jungler of Aurora.
It's not a good trade, but Aurora is still fighting.
Yeah, want to keep going here. Andoryu, I think, will decide to go and back off. I guess they got enough for the meantime.
Oh, what a play by Omega. Even though Aurora were the one that started it, they found themselves in a sandwich play with Yoshi coming in from the back, found the perfect kick angle. Here comes the diversion to the back.
Oh wait, that's four members trying to go for the contest. Andoryu will be here and tanky enough to tank the damage. Also secures the Lord even despite all that. And they will just run away, but they might be caught here by Smart Omega. Super Yoshi still lands the way of the Dragon onto Renegade, but there might be the counterplay from Aurora. They take down Super Yoshi again, and the blast down to take down Ukir.
Wow. That was a very messy disengage here by Aurora after a failed attempt at that Lord as well, which they didn't even have a retribution with them at that moment.
2K gold lead now for Omega. Lord marching in. Edward able to help rebalance things there for Aurora, taking down 2 on his way out. But Super Yoshi and Ukir will be back in time for this push, and now Aurora is still definitely playing from behind. Only just a 2K gold lead for Omega. Already up to a Golden Staff is the Claude, and up to a Malefic Roar. Paired up with a Sky Piercer and a Hunter Strike is Domikite on the Granger.
Yeah, surprisingly, I think Joe has been having a really good time on the Claude.
Very chill. I mean, he feels like he's just waiting for a good go signal, and then that's the time he's going to cast that Blazing Duet. Hasn't really messed up as much as he thought he would. Even survived the very early game against a Granger.
Yeah, again, with Yoshi and Ukir paving the way, Jome just had the easiest time of his life farming up and being able to do what he needs to do, which is just get money, deal damage.
Yeah, and the money just keeps flowing here for Omega, but at the same time, you know what? It's not that far of a lead. Feels like this can still be a fight that can be had by Aurora. They just can't find the position.
Yeah, and I mean, look at even scenarios like this where Jome is just so focused and has his eyes set on taking what's necessary and the objectives, the turrets. So even despite this lead that they already have in their hands, they're still being extra careful as well. They do not want to give any openings to Aurora. But Aurora might just go for the openings themselves! Surprises Anjorio, but there is the Blazing Duet coming in from Job. The flicker to make and allow him to get away from the threat of Aurora, and this might just be the openings for Aurora to take a turret for themselves, but the
Doming
Feather
found
Airstrike
Yoshi.
is there, and they will successfully clear out the minions.
Doming found Yoshi, and Yoshi's still trying to run.
Oh, Super Yoshi! He's left alone, and the flicker will be expended, but will he still survive this? Once again, Super Yoshi, will you survive this? There's the Death Sonatas, a flicker, but Super Yoshi survives once more!
He does it again! He buys time, he gets away, and space has been created for Omega. Yoshi still on fire!
And they keep going.
Oh!
Oh boy. Just when they thought they could actually even it out, Aurora jumps back in, dodges it.
Hold on, BMI
Jome is on the run now.
from Jome!
Oh!
But that won't save him, and that's two members, crucial members at that, gone from Omega before this Lord.
And they were able to get those pickoffs because Yue committed the diversion.
Yeah.
Oh, Edward spots two. Super Yoshi looks for Dom and Kite, but he's left alone. There's no one to supply the damage.
Yeah, and Retribution was already used by Antorio, so I don't think Omega are going to contest this heavily. Aurora will get the second Lord of the game.
Yeah, they're going for the bum rush here, and there's not really much that Omega can do about it because people are also defending up on top side. My goodness, Aurora can't even give any downtime to Omega, and this is what we're talking about here, the weaknesses of a possible one-time, big-time combo. Okir can't even cast the Feather Airstrike very long without Renegade just on his face, and Jome,
And I
when he gets caught by multiple people, it's just done for him.
And I think before the pick-off onto Andoryu happened, we were just talking about how Smart Omega were extra careful. But
Yeah,
Aurora,
I guess you kind of jinxed it again.
yeah, but I don't know. They're just really tricky with all these attempts, especially now that they acknowledge their power spikes. So Smart Omega, unfortunately, will have to be on the defense.
Huge spike here by Aurora, getting prepped and ready with those Lord waves. Mid is a little safer here. They go for the Feather Airstrike right away, try to clear up as many minions as they can. And so far, I feel like this can be a defendable Lord, at least for now.
Yeah, they get to take down the base turret up top though. But Super Yoshi, there is still a chance that they get to look for an opening, but they have to make sure that the waves are cleared out first.
Okay, so Aurora back off. Decide not to go for a heavy engage. I think now Omega will have to play with the thought of a diversion being available when they can. 558 stacks on Domikite, only 20 on the Sky Piercer. Omega, though, still definitely in this. Aurora with a lead, but it's not a massive lead that will make a comeback difficult for Omega. But which angle do you go for here of your OMG when you're always having to consider the diversion?
Yeah.
You know what they do in Omega? They love to go for broke. They like to go for those one-time, big-time, catch you off your guard
For sure.
plays, and I think they're going for something similar here, trying to catch maybe someone in the bad bush or something.
Yeah.
But no go for Aurora.
Either of these two teams can go for the catch you off guard type of attempt. And it seems like for Aurora, it's more of a grouped up version wherein they can just really land the diversions into the most unexpected areas. But for Smart Omega, they have to be a little more reliant on either Super Yoshi or Luis if they're really willing to expend the flickers for those Earth Shatter onward combos. So Aurora can potentially anticipate Smart Omega's attempts a bit more compared to how Omega would probably have to think twice about what Aurora's planning to do.
If you're Aurora, this is actually exactly what you need to do, especially if there's a Cho in the map. You try not to split up as much as you can. But then again, if you're Omega, that's something you can take advantage of in this game where Aurora is just always in one side of the map.
So Omega are really just hugging their area because they know that they have to watch out for a diversion. They know the Lord's going to be coming up though, but they don't have a substantial push up top. It's hard for them to get a substantial push in mid or anywhere in the lane. I wonder if they're going to Commit a body up top to show and push. Doesn't look like, but here comes a conceal play. That's a 5-man. Where is Omega
conceal.
going right now?
Oh,
Ooh. Showed their cards a bit early there for Omega.
and even if they decide to like bring someone up top too, the Aurora can also go after that person with the diversion if they're really committed in doing so, or it depends on like how the sequence will go, since there is an objective that both teams have to consider.
Going fast.
Oh,
Gotta go it. Aurora setting up. All eyes are on Renegade now. Who's gonna give the go signal?
Oh!
Where is it gonna come from?
Super Yoshi lands the way of the dragon onto Edward, and look at Big J going into the backlights with the blazing duet. But it seems like Aurora will be taking the double kill. That's Jom and Super Yoshi down and the diversion as well. AOG landed onto one, and they take out the jungler right before the objective that might not even happen anymore for Aurora because they find an opening.
Top lane minion wave pushing in. It's 5 versus 2.
And they might actually go for it this time. There's
Lewis
another
folded.
wave coming in as well, and they just have their eyes set on the base.
Wow.
But there goes the Lord. That was actually secured by Smart Omega, and so they get another chance to defend and prolong the game.
MVP Lord going for the defense here, stopping Aurora from touching the base.
What a defense by Omega. Luis pulling the minion waves as much as he can. Ukir getting us safely away from the other members of Aurora so that he could use the feathered airstrike at a safe distance and blast the minion waves and Aurora. Great defense by the 2 members of Omega.
I didn't even notice that the Lord was actually taken down.
That's true. I wish we could have a replay and see the moment where Jom said, I'm gonna blazing duet into 5 people.
Yeah.
Adore you. Do your job.
So you're telling me all this time Andorio was just taking care of the Lord?
Yep. We never left it.
He never left.
Pretty
And
amazing.
that was clutch for Smart Omega, because if they didn't have that, Aurora would have just ended the game then and there.
That's very smart, because you know they are going to focus on that gold laner. It's always a very hot target. There's like a red surrounding that guy. And then they took advantage of it. Oh, look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Who's
Hold
going to
on.
get caught, though? Who's the X? Oh!
Ah,
Let's
that's
go!
a conceal! They spot out Jom, AOG, and Unleash the Beast used just to look for this gold laner. But
Big
Luis
J!
gets to take down Renegade. Andorio also taking down Yue. And they split up the members of Aurora. Something like trying to look
Hold
for
up.
another kill. But Super Yoshi also with the clutch immortality. It seems like they're just allowing the other members of Smart Omega to find their way through the base turrets.
Demon Kite.
Demon Kite!
Get away.
Demon Kite!
Demon Kite's left alone.
He's on his own.
Split up, but I think this Nola might be able to get away. Let's see. Ukir with the
Let's
wings
see.
by wings. He's chasing.
He's going for it! He's going for the chase! He can't really hit him! He's flickered in!
And that's the Blaze Search to follow up the damage. Curse of Crow. And that's the takedown onto Demon Kite. Finally, after so many seconds of chasing around the map.
Finally got their target.
What a counterplay by Omega. Aurora found a really good angle, conceal, but since Omega were placed a little bit more forward, they had time to see the group effort of Aurora with their own conceal, and Omega were able to reposition themselves in the fight. Jom able to use the Wind of Nature in time, whilst Edward was locked in on him, and Jom keeping himself in a safe distance, which means that Omega, after all of that, gets this Lord without a problem, unless Aurora will try something, and they won't.
Oh my goodness, that's the evolved Lord. It's not
Oh,
the enhanced Lord. It's a 19-minute Lord.
20 minutes.
Smart Omega just secured for themselves.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like they kind of think the same way, right? They're too forward. The catches, the diversions doesn't connect.
Yeah.
The kicks don't really work the same way as well. It was a very hard game for Super Yoshi, but they make it work now. They have the Lord. They're pushing up on mid. They want to end this game right here, right now.
Yeah, and this is Jom's power spike we're talking about. The late game potential and threat of a Claude, which we
Conceal.
haven't seen
Conceal.
in ages. Super Yoshi, who will be the target this time? Is it going to be Renegade again?
Get it.
Oh, they don't use the Way of the Dragon just yet, but they kind
Okay,
of
Demon
burst
Kite.
down Renegade. Demon Kite from behind, though! Gets to look for Ukir, but Jom will use the Blazing Duet to respond as well. And
Wow.
Super Yoshi gets taken down in the process.
Great play by Aurora.
great defense. Demon Kite coming in from the wings. Super Yoshi really wanted to force that kick onto Renegade, but he couldn't find the right angle. Renegade not giving it to him, and Aurora in response. 21 minutes, Brigida! 21 minutes in this game number 1.
I had
go.
to drink water.
You really should. You really should.
Why is this? If not 3 games, we get
That bottle
almost
of water
30
is
minute games.
bigger than your arm.
Yeah,
Well,
it's,
you know what?
It's 2,000 ml.
We are in one of the most competitive regions in the whole world, right? People are reading each
Yep.
other left, right, and center. It just so happens that Omega just loves to play this way as well.
Yes.
They love to really get you on your toes. Make sure that you're ready. If you're not, that's when they attack. But it just so happens, Aurora, it feels like they're ready each and every when they attack. But it just so happens, Aurora, it feels like they're ready each and every time Omega tries to attack.
Yeah, if it weren't for that one instance where they got to split up Aurora
Yeah.
and actually force them to just chase after one another, then this game couldn't potentially have lasted this long. But it's also those small decisions coming in from Smart Omega, even though they're kind of read out in terms of the supposed execution of their lineup by Aurora, that actually allows them to still hold on in this game, which is currently 22 minutes already.
That's right. Never forget the ability to diversion from Aurora. Could be over very soon with one small missed position by Omega. So that's something that always has to be at the back of the minds of Omega
Yeah.
players as well.
Same thing goes for Aurora. They give an angle to Super Yoshi to get a really good pick off. Might not go well for them.
You gonna try something again?
Super Yoshi, he's the one-man scouting army right now,
Yeah.
while the rest of Omega are hiding in the wings, or hiding in their base, excuse me.
They're going manual this time. No diversions to the back.
Yeah.
Going straight for those,
Oh, Lewis.
controlling more jungle.
Yeah.
Lewis gets it.
Oh. Could this be the play, though?
Counterplay again.
Oh, Super Yoshi, will they go for Edward?
Whoa!
Oh, they actually decide to burst him down!
Wow!
That's the XP laner gone for Aurora!
And he was already running. That was just a great play by Omega Conceal, and Super Yoshi finding the perfect angle with a flicker and the kick.
Now because of that, Omega knows there's just no way they can fight back. They secure another one. That's going to be Lord number 5 for this game.
Oh, that was Lord number 5 already? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, 4 plus 1.
Oh my goodness.
It's actually 5.
Yeah.
I just realized that today.
I realized it just now too. I
Oh.
will admit.
All right.
You're so good at math.
So the late game, it feels like Jome still has some room to maneuver, right? It feels like he's not quite unstoppable yet, but he feels like he's the more maneuverable gold laner compared to these two.
Yeah.
So that might be a big problem later, especially with Lord walking up on mid.
It doesn't feel like he's after the kills, really. Too.
Yeah.
It's like it's most of the time whenever he goes in, he gets to split up Aurora or force out a reaction. So let's see what happens this time. That's
Edward's
a better
back.
airstrike. And the flicker onward Earth Shatter also committed too, but the Unleash the Beast from Edward too, trying to disrupt the momentum from Omega won't be effective enough. Both XP laners are down, and there's the AOG connection.
Renegade!
Renegade actually being the successful
No way!
disruptor, and
Back.
Dominkite looking for Super Yoshi. 3 members of Smart Omega already down, and there's an aggression to intercept Super Yoshi. This time, will he be able to run away? No! Will
Job?
be the response.
He wants to go for it! He wants to go for it!
Oh!
He couldn't! He couldn't finish it off! And with no members of Omega left on the map, minion waves marching through the mid. 30 seconds till Luis gets back. This might be a heartbreaking loss for the barangay.
After 24 minutes.
25.
25.
Oh, now we make it 25. Aurora, this time around, will take and snatch away game number 1 from the